All right, man. So we'll talk about the Lakers. Let's talk about the Lakers real quick, man. So the Lakers and the Suns, and obviously, it was a great game. Like the intensity, all these games have been elite, man. I've been excited. I've been amped. It's been refreshing. Just the fans coming back, the electricity has been electrifying. It's been, it's been everything's been elite, man. It's just that energy. Like it's been so missed that come on, man. Like, there's no way you watch these games and you're not like these games aren't fire. Like, these games are so elite. Like, bruh, the ratings about to skyrocket, man. Especially, and this is one game. So imagine now the better teams are facing each other second round. Then you get the bruh. It's gonna get more interesting and more elite as it goes. Like, this is one like most first rounds aren't even like this. So I like what I'm seeing overall in general. But now let's go into the Lakers and Suns. So I know people saying Lakers, Lakers, Lakers. Remember my prediction I had Phoenix in 6 or 7. Obviously it's gonna be it's gonna be tough, but it also comes down to Chris Paul's health. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that Chris Paul again, like, and it's just such a one of those like it's just the injury bug. Like, what are the odds that he's just going in just regular and then just boom his own teammate hit like that's not even like a preventable thing. That's just like one of those things that kind of like come on, man. It's just unfortunate. Now again, it was his neck shoulder area, so I think his neck got whiplash to where now a nerve in his shoulder got affected, right? How he got hit and how far his neck extended off the hit. And that's what it looks like. It's not one of those like your shoulder is banging just directly hit his shoulder. It's kind of like the combination of his neck going back at the spot he got hit and how far back. Like, that's what happens. Same thing with back tweaks. When you overextend your back and you're like, ooh, and you go like this and you go far, sometimes you tweak your back from that extension and now a nerve is hit. So now you can't move that, and you need time for it to settle and for it to heal, right? So that's what I think is happening with his shoulder. So he's saying he's good, but you can see Chris Paul has never fumbled the ball like that. He couldn't even dribble. Like, he had to forever dribble with his left, trying to dribble to his right. And the fact that he even hit 2 pull-ups from that's how you know it's just he's just that Mamba mentality exists with that whole team, man. Especially in Chris Paul and D Book. And then like just the fact that he's able to kind of do even anything, period, is what is remarkable, right? But again, that's why he can't. His shooting form looks different. He kind of looks like he's just throwing that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like. It's not the same formation or the same form, right? It's not the same. And then even just like the fact that he's dribbling to his right, his main side, and he's fumbling the ball nonstop every play. What happened is because he can't really feel it, right? He can't really feel it and lift it. So it's that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a nerve thing. Like, you dribble, you could dribble once, but continuously dribbling, it's like it's hard for it to have. Like, you don't have that feel because of the range of motion is affected. So it's like when you get injured, you really get surprised and get wowed at how much of a luxury we actually have in terms of like just being healthy and just like you take for granted. You're dribbling just like, oh, my hands move. But then now you can't move it that much and you just, wow, I can't even just dribble. You get surprised and you get wild by like, dog, you appreciate everything. It's like one day, let's say now your thumb is almost broken or whatever, you can't move. Then you realize how much you use that pinky when you even hold a controller or when you type or when you use your phone. Like when injuries happen, you realize how much of how crucial that's something that you would never think of, how small it is, how important it is to your actual just you moving on an everyday basis. So, that's what was happening with Chris Paul and his handle. So it's unfortunate that kind of like that happened. And the fact that the Suns actually pulled out that game, because I thought, it was about to be a whole shift, right? And it looked like that. But then what did I say? In my head, I didn't tweet it, but in my head, I'm like, D-Book, this is your time to tell people and show people this is who you've always been. This is who you've always been. It's not, oh my God, he got better over the year. No, that's what normally the narrative is. He scored 71. He's been this guy. He didn't score 71 on all layups. Who has scored 71? Name it. He scored 71 as a young gun. Second year in the league? Whatever it was. He scored 71 as a young gun. Yes, it was in a loss, whatever. I bought that as a young gun. Off ability, he scored 71. That guy's different. He's been different. Ability-wise, he's been top 3 PG in this league. Top 3 shooting guard in this league ability-wise. Now, over the years, his playmaking has increased because he's been getting doubled all day, every day, which is why you've seen he literally was able to run point in this playoffs. His buckets has been there. Only thing that has changed is the situation for Devin Booker. And that's why Devin Booker is a perfect example of why situations are everything. He finally got an all-star. Finally got a whole team of 3-and-D defense, 3-and-D. And that's why people don't understand, like, oh my God, the Suns, like, they need to have, they're unexperienced. The Lakers, yes, that sounds good. That's normal for every other team. But what is the context? What is this team? The Suns are a team of hierarchy that most teams don't have. Perfect balance. What is it? The only 3-level scorers are Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Now, I mean, Cam Johnson can when he gets it, but we don't go to that. It's situational. But every day, every play basis, that's why you see one of those two or one of them are in at all times. Devin Booker plays the whole first, then to start the quarter, Chris Paul plays, and then Devin Booker comes in where they're together, and then now Chris Paul comes out, right? They always one is in at all times. So now what you're seeing, that's what I've been trying to tell people. They have a bunch of 3-and-D guys, 2 bigs that could kind of, get in the post, have mismatch, pick and roll. Sarge can pick and pop, pick and roll. A.N. pick and roll, and then he could do floaters. He could shoot in the mid-range, can get in the post with hooks, turnaround fades, whatever for necessity, right, when the situation presents itself. But everybody else is 3-and-D, elite defense. And to play elite defense, it's not a palm sweaty thing. Defense is by energy and by effort. When you trust and you're a dog and you're a defensive-minded player, you're going to play that regardless. The offense is more so where the nerves and the inexperience comes, right? But they don't have a heavy role on the offense. They don't. Their role on the offense is shoot the 3 when you get it, because you're going to get it, because we also have vision and we're unselfish. But the main guys are the D-Book and the Chris Paul. And that's what other teams, sometimes it's like you get frustrated that the main guys aren't able to shoot as much shots or whatever the case is, because it's like, damn, this guy's not when he gets to these ice when he doesn't give it back to him. These guys, when they get it, if they don't have it, they'll give it back to those guys. Like, you maximize Devin Booker and Chris Paul. You maximize their output because no one else is clashing with them play style-wise. Everybody else is 3-and-D. And that's why the nerves aren't going to apply. The inexperience, like, it's not going to apply the same way to them, because now when you look at it, Devin Booker has Mamba mentality, so we erase that. You've seen that. His debut, 34 points. That nerves and inexperience, like, he's been getting this experience by playing on a bad team where he's getting double. Like, he's been seeing playoff basketball type of defense for a long time. So that's out of context. Now that he's here, he's been waiting for this moment. You know what I'm saying? Then you have, and he's Mamba mentality guy. Then you have Chris Paul, who you've seen the mentality shift and how he energizes and how he gives IQ and lifts up the other team. That's why I say playmaking doesn't mean you make teammates better. It's what do you do mentally? What do you do mentally? That's how you make teammates better. And that goes a longer way. And that's so you have that, and you still have Crowder there. You have the perfect balance of dogs and even young guys who are dogs. So that inexperienced stuff, it doesn't always apply to, like, it's certain. Now, maybe later, if you're facing a good team, now later down the whatever, and it's getting down to those type of series, maybe that applies. But out the gate to a team that can't really shoot, can't shoot, has no ability. The only person with ability is AD. And when I'm talking ability, I'm talking about them ones of skill. Them ones. Shot create. I can one-on-one, I can force, I can create any type of bucket. I'm unlimited. AD's the only one. But if AD struggles, you expect LeBron to do bare step backs. Even if LeBron hits a set shot, you don't overreact. And then now it's older LeBron too, where you actually have to rely more on ability. That's what you're starting to see. That's why I said that bubble shit was cap. LeBron is going to have to, he's going to have to apply ability. Post up, turnaround phase. Like, you're going to have to apply ability and not just rely on going into the paint. And if you're not able to do that, it's going to be tough if AD's not doing that. And that's why you see LeBron still get his 5 for 8, 5 for 10, it's 11, whatever he's doing. But those points are water points. They don't do much because it's not ability. It's situational. And that's what people don't understand. And it's not a knock against LeBron. This is who he's always been. But because of his athleticism and all of that, he was able to get away with, sometimes he'll apply ability and a lot of the times he doesn't. But he's able to get away with it because he's so dynamic in his athleticism and his strength. But now, when he's older, he's not. And it's been like that for a minute since he first got to LA. But again, people remember the Cavs and remember all that other stuff. But, is not the same. Even without the ankle injury, he will dunk when he's in that situation to dunk. He's there, but throughout the everyday movement and whatever and all of that, you have to have potent ability because the other guys guarding you are more athletic. And that's why you've seen Chris Broussard and other guys have said Kawhi, when they're guarding him, they force him to be a skilled player. And it's been true. It's been Michael Bridges has elite defense. He has Kawhi type cutoff defense. That's why you've seen him. He's not just, even though he looks skinny, he has wiry strength. So LeBron's not running into him, just muscling him going up. No. And that's why he's getting it into transition or situational when he gets a switch that he now gets a blow by to the leg. But most of the times, that's why you see him. He's shooting and he's missing. He has to be ability. And then the other guys are now, they're going to have to do more. Like, come on, like, it comes down to 80. I've always said the Lakers have always came down to 80. Always. Don't let media fool you. They say Bron. They have always come down to 80. When 80 struggles, that team 9 times out of 10 loses. When 80 goes to work, they're in the game where you know what I mean? They're ready. Even with LeBron struggling. Like, 80 is the key. And what happens is LeBron on the out, because he's ball handling, he has more of the output. Even in the bubble, his numbers outbeat 80's numbers, but 80's numbers have been elite. He has been that guy. In those moments when they need he has been that guy. Even throughout the bubble, 80's been the one. To me, that's why I've always said he's been the more impactful, more crucial player. He has been. Now, again, people are going to say, oh my God, LeBron. I'm like, dog, when it's playoffs, the skilled players are them ones. They are them ones, if you really understand the game. So if 80's been struggling this whole year, right? And that's the thing with 80. Sometimes, like, that bubble stuff when he was going to work or whatever, 80 can still go to work at any time. Like, don't get it twisted, right? But, 80 does have, it's like you don't know which 80 you're going to get. And that's always been the case. That's always been the case. Before the bubble, in the bubble, like, that's always been the case. Right? That's always been the case. And you could get away with putting a Crowder, right? A Bridges, a smaller guy, like, on him because he doesn't just break man's chest and drop step dunk. He's literally like a big man version of KD. That's what he is. It's a lot of face up, so he relies on ability. So if he's not having his ability, he's not just going to break your chest and kill that's not what he's doing on the mismatch. The mismatch for him is turnaround fades because he's smaller. It's not breaking your chest and pushing you out the way and dunking. That's not the mismatch. It's not like that. So, obviously I'm not saying the Lakers are going to get swept. Like I said, Phoenix in 6 or 7. Phoenix has been waiting for this because they actually wanted the Lakers. Remember, Phoenix, like, especially Devin Booker, is like, I've been playing, y'all. Like, the fact that even me playing on Phoenix, even with Chris Paul, I'm only an all-star by injury because another man was injured. That y'all don't respect me. So what I want to have the guy y'all are rooting for. I want the game y'all all are going to watch. I want the Lakers. I don't want to be facing Portland where some people might not watch it. I don't want to be facing Mavs where some people might not watch it. I don't want to be facing, Memphis where people might not watch it. I want LeBron. I want the team y'all are watching. And I'm going to fry on this level. I'm going to kill. So there's now that I am who I am. And I've been that. I've been that. That's what he wants. That's what Phoenix wants. That's what they all want. Then you have Monty Williams, who is a hooper. So those mindsets, like, they move on all cylinders, man. Like, dog. It's going to be a tough one. Like, taking in that game was supposed to be a blowout. Imagine Chris Paul was healthy. That would have been a blowout. So, I know, again, the LeBron fans, what are they going to say? LeBron always loses game 1. He always loses game 1. Don't worry. They're going to win 4 straight, whatever. So, I understand. You have all the history in the world to believe that and to think that. So, I'm not going to combat that. I'm going to knock that. And there is that looming. There is always LeBron teams. Game 1, they feel it out. It is true. It's not cap. It's not cap. They feel it out. He's not as aggressive. He's picking points, seeing what they're doing. He'll give up a game. And then all of a sudden, now I know what the weakness is. Now I know what I need to do. I know, like, LeBron moves chess like that. He does. There's no lie. So it's not like, I'm not saying that. I never would say LeBron's never, like, going to get swept like that unless it's like, like the Warriors or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that he's losing, it's going to be done in 5. I'm not going to say that. There's going to be Lakers fans that believe they're still going to win in 5. But like I told you, the teams they've been facing, like, Devin Booker is literally a young Kobe. Beal-like ability, right? Brandon Roy-like ability. Kobe-like ability. All in one. It's different. He has Devin. He He has Joe Harris, Duncan Robinson ability off the curls, mid-range, off the curls from three, like pulling gaps, like all-world ability. No limitations, no weakness. No weakness at all. To me, Devin Booker is actually the most skilled shooting guard. Because like I said, Harden is comparable, but Harden, again, is only two ways. Boom, 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 boom. Step back. Boom, 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 boom. Blow by and floater. And draw a foul. He's not curling off screens and shooting threes. He's not applying. He's not posting up fadeaway. He's not stepping back in the mid. He's not doing all this all-world ability. He's not pulling up off the gaps off the screen. Like, he's not killing like that. Face up on the mid-range, on the catch, high post. Like, Devin Booker has Kyrie ability. Not the handle, but how Kyrie plays and all-world and everything, no limitation. D-Book does that. So, in a shooting guard scorer version. So, that's I predicted that coming into this season. I said the Lakers or anybody, Phoenix is going to be a top 3 seed. I said that. They were number 2. And I said, what did I say? I said they're going to literally, because Devin Booker is that guy, like they're literally, anybody that faces them is going to be a series, because they're not a team that's going to be afraid. They're not a team that lacks ability, that lacks closers. Like, they have 2 all-world closers in Chris Paul and D-Book. Now, again, we don't know Chris Paul's health, but so that's the reason why maybe they win 4 straight. You never know. Like, I'm mad about Chris Paul's health, but if Chris Paul is healthy, that's the reason why I got the Suns winning in 6 or 7. But if Chris Paul's not healthy, the Lakers can win, and that's like, it's unfortunate. It's always LeBron gets the injury gods or whatever. Like, the playoff gods always nice LeBron in these situations. It's crazy, but I said coming in 2 all-world closers. Like, they're not, like, you better blow them out if it's a close game. Like, come on now. So we'll see how this all pans out. But then again, like, it's only game 1. It's only game 1. So you already know. I appreciate y'all. It's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? Man, this is what elite looks like, man. This is, bruh. It's elite ability all over the place. We got a treat, man. This playoffs is gonna be special, especially this first round. Like, we haven't seen a first round that's gonna be like this in a minute. So you already know what elite looks like, man. I appreciate y'all. Again, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know, man. And I'm out, man.